Welcome back to Chicago White Sox Draft Only Franchise. It is Futures Game Day and Draft Day, and Chicago has 4 players playing in the Futures game today at Comerica Park in Detroit. Those players are Roman Anthony, Anthony Medrano, Alfredo Villa, and Brian Gagnon. As you see Roman Anthony right there on your screen, and you'll see all of them in action. I did not go over my final draft list before the end of last episode, so I will do that today right before we start the draft. And on the mound today for American League is Chase Hampton of the Yankees. You can see he's 12-4 with 3.07 ERA and a 121 WHIP, 123 Ks and 114 innings. Leading off for the National League, right fielder Robert Miller. And Miller swings, and it's a foul tip, and he's out. First out of the game is a strikeout. And that'll bring up first baseman Alan Gage. Hampton's pitch is a little broken bat pop-up on the infield, and Ferrera's going to camp under that and have it for the second out. You see the rest of the lineup for the National League team. This will be the third time we've seen James Tibbs. Speaking of Tibbs, he comes up here and swings and misses on the changeup and strikes out. So the American League shuts them down 1-2-3 as we head to the bottom of the first. There's no score. On a mound for the National League, Jack Caglione is 3-3 with a 4.57 ERA, a 1.57 WHIP, 88 Ks and 86 innings pitched. What it doesn't show on there is he's having a great offensive season as well, playing DH and first base when he's not pitching. Leading off for the American League is Dudley Reed. Dudley's going to hit a fly ball into right field. Miller's going to drift back, and he's going to have that for the first out. You see the rest of the American League lineup. Anthony will probably be up in the second unless we have a long first inning. Mike Harding up now, playing DH. And he's going to hit a ground ball to short. He's scooped by Caba, throw to first, and there's 2 down. And then I'll bring up Michael Ferrera. Remember him from the first draft. We took Kevin McCann instead of him. 2-2 pitch from Caglione, and he's going to swing and miss on the fastball and strike out. So each half of the inning goes 1-2-3. As we head to the second inning, there's no score. And leading off for the National League in the second is DH James Triantos. Chase Hampton, 2-2 pitch is going to be a shot into center field. Roman Anthony drifts back, and he's got that for the first out of the inning. That'll bring in Tamar Johnson of the Pirates, second baseman. Hampton's 3-2 pitch to Johnson. And he swings through the fastball and strikes out. That's his third K already. That brings in Cam Smith, playing third base today for the National League, and he's going to check swing and strike out on the curveball. Chase Hampton's rolling, man. 4 strikeouts in 2 innings. As we head to the bottom half, Roman Anthony will be batting second. Leading off for the American League, right fielder Chase DeLauder of the Indians. Let's see what he's done on the year. Caglione, 2-2 pitch, and it's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop Caba's got it, throws, and he's safe. Took it a little too long to get rid of the ball, and DeLauder got down the line fast and got an infield hit, so that's our first runner of the game for either team. That brings up Roman Anthony. He's going to hit a fly ball into center field. Drifting over is DePaula. He's got it, and there's 1 down. Hey, at least he didn't strike out this time, right? And that'll bring in first baseman Junior Wood. Got 1 on, 1 out. Caglione's 2-1 pitch, and that's a shot in the left field. That's going to get over Tibbs' head and go to the wall. Runner's running around third on his way home. Throw comes in, and relay is going to be late. And the National League is on the board, 1-0. Big double there by Junior Wood. See the replay. Shot, guy in first. No, didn't even think of stopping. He's going rounding, and DeLauder comes in, puts the American League on the board. And that's going to bring up Blake Mitchell, catcher. He's going to hit a pop-up on the infield. Caba's going to settle under that, and that'll be the second out. So now American League man on second, 2 out. Tim Gerber up, and he swings through the fastball. So Caglione gives up a run, doesn't give up any more, pitches out of it. As we head to the top of the third inning, it's 1-0 American League. And new pitcher for the American League is going to be Anthony Medrano. You can see rough season, 2-11, pitched in some bad luck. ERA 4.5. First batter he's going to face is Jefferson Caro, catcher from Milwaukee. See what he's done on the year. Medrano, 3-1 pitch to Caro. And it's going to be a base hit past the first baseman into right field. So National League's going to get their leadoff man on base, bring the go-ahead run to the plate, and Ozu DePaula. Drano's 1-1 pitch to DePaula. It's going to be a shot into left field. Drifting back is Reed, and he's got it for the first out. Now up from the National League shortstop, Starlin Caba. 1-on, 1-out, 1-2 pitch from Medrano on the way. And he swings through the changeup and strikes out. First strikeout from Medrano. That'll bring in Robert Miller. He struck out on a foul tip in the first. Got 1-on, 2-out, 2-2 pitch from Medrano. And he swings at the pitch in the dirt and strikes out again. So the National League gets their leadoff man on and can't get him home as Medrano strikes out 2 in the inning. And new pitcher for the National League, Cade Povich, left-hander. He's 4-10 with a 3.39 ERA. First up for the National League is going to be shortstop Franklin Arias. Arias hitting .261, leading off, swings and misses on a fastball in and strikes out for the first out. Now bring in left fielder Dudley Reed. Flied out to right field his first time up. And he's going to hit a fly ball in left field this time as Tibbs camps under it and has it for the second out. That'll bring in DH Mike Harding. Grounded out to short his first time, and he hits a shot to right field, and that one's out of here. No doubt, home run. Mike Harding gives the American League a 2-0 lead, 416 feet off Cade Povich. The American League off to an early 2-0 start. See, he hit that thing 416 feet. Did not miss that pitch. Watch this replay. Right in his wheelhouse. Got all of it. Knew it right away. Next up is Michael Ferreira. Struck out his first time. And he strikes out again, this time on a curveball. The National League increases their lead by 1. Make it 2-0 on that deep shot to right by Mike Harding. And new pitcher for the American League is going to be Trey Yasevich from Toronto, 7-4 with a 3.38 ERA. He's going to face Alan Gage, first baseman. The 3-1 pitch to Gage is strike on the outside edge. Full count now. Yasevich to Gage, leading off. He's going to hit a ground ball to second. Gerber's got it. Quick throw, and there's one down. Now bring up left fielder James Tibbs. Nobody on. 1 out, 1-2 pitch. And it's going to be a line drive to short, and that's going to be snagged by Arias for the second out. Tibbs thought he had that through. Hit that ball good, but right on the screws, but right at the shortstop. And that brings in James Triantos. And he's going to hit a fly ball into right field. And that's going to be caught on the backhand there by DeLauder. And it actually goes down 1-2-3 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. And new pitcher for the National League, Cam Caminiti, is going to come in. 2-3 in 9 games, 2.91 ERA. Braves prospect. First batter he's going to face. Right fielder Chase DeLauder. Got to hit his first time. He's going to hit a fly ball into right field. Miller drifting back, and he's going to be under that and got it for the first out. Brings in Roman Anthony. See, he's hitting .271, 8 home runs, 40 RBI. Just doesn't like to do anything when we watch him. 1-2 pitch from Caminiti. And that trend continues as he strikes out looking for the second out. Now bring in Junior Wood. RBI double his first time. 1-1 pitch. And that's going to be a smash up the middle. He's going to be 2 for 2 with a single this time. The American League does not go down quietly here. First 2 out, get a man on base. That'll bring up catcher Blake Mitchell. 1 on, 2 out. Caminetti's 1-1 pitch on the way. And it's going to be a ground ball to first. Snag. Step on the bag. Good play by Gage. That ends the brief little rally there as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Still 2-0 American League. And new pitcher for the American League, Johnny Meeks. Just got called up to AAA. He is a guy I was desperately looking to add via trade. We still might do it. I don't know yet. Leadoff batter he's going to face is Termarr Johnson. And he's going to take strike 3 right down at the knees. And that's 1 down. That'll bring in Cam Smith. Nobody on, 1 out. 2-2 pitch. And he swings through a pitch up in his eyes, way up above the strike zone, and he's down. Now bring in catcher Jeff Sincaro. He's 1 for 1. 3-2 pitch. And Meeks misses low. So the National League gets a runner on now with 2 outs. I'll bring up center fielder DePaula. Meeks, 1-1 pitch to DePaula. On the way. Ground ball to first, snagged, stepped on the bag by Wood, and that's 3 down. So National League having trouble getting anything going here. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. It's 2-0 American League. New pitcher for the National League, Ryan Sloan. You can see he's 12-2 with a 2.41 ERA. Excellent season by Sloan. He's going to get Tim Gerber, who struck out his first at-bat. 2-2 pitch. And he strikes out again. 1 down. Now bring in Franklin Arias. As you see, he struck out in the 3rd. Nobody on, 1 out. 2-1 pitch. And that's going to be a shot into right center field. That's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. He's round first, digging for second. Miller gets the ball back in. He's going to try for 3. Here's the relay, and he is out at third base. Wow. Great relay, great throw. Arias thought he had the triple. See him rounding, going hard into third base. Throw was slightly off, but a great tag gets him on the bag. And there's 2 outs. So instead of having a runner in scoring position, we got 2 outs. And Dudley Reed's going to hit a fly ball into right center field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. That would have scored the run if he stays at second. That's a shame. So now American League at 1 on and 2 out. That'll bring in Mike Harding, who homered his last at-bat. Sloan. 2-2 pitch on the way. That's going to be hit down the left field line, and that's going to drop. Tibbs is going to grab it and throw it back in, but the American League are going to have men at the corners now with 2 down. It's too bad Arias got thrown out now, for sure. You see him inside out that ball and just drop it right down the left field line. Great play by Tibbs to keep it from being an extra base hit, and that brings up Ferreira, who's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. And he's going to be 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. Just stood there and watched it. Got to swing the bat with men at scoring position. As an American League, tried to get a run in. National League dodged the bullet. As we head to the 6th inning, it's 2-0. New pitcher for the National League, White Sox pitcher Brian Gagnon. Let's see his pitch mix there. First batter he's going to face is shortstop Starlin Caba. 2-2 pitch. It's going to be drilled into left field past Ferreira, and that's a base hit as National League gets their leadoff man on again. And that'll bring in right fielder Robert Miller. 1 on, nobody out. 1-2 pitch from Gagnon. It's a tapper to first base. Woods got it, throws to second, gets one. The relay is not in time as he beats the throw to first. So now the American League looking for a real double play here. You got 1 on, 1 out. Allen Gage up for the National League. And the runner goes. That's a ball. Throw down, and he is safe. Stolen base on the play by Miller. And that'll get rid of the double play opportunity. Great jump. Wasn't even close. Now I got a man on second with 1 out. Gage up there. Gagnon's 2-1 pitch. Oh, and there's a spin and throw, and he is picked off second base. So he gives up the steal and then takes care of him himself. Nice spin. Good throw. Great tag. Although he looked safe to me. And that erases the scoring threat. So now the American League have nobody on, 2 outs. Gage takes the ball 4 inside, so they'll get a runner back on, but he's not in scoring position. Gagnon took care of that with the pickoff. 2-out walk brings in James Tibbs. 1-1 pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball to second. Gerber grabs, throw to first, and they're out of the inning. So it looked promising for the National League. Turns into nothing as we head to the 6th inning. Roman Anthony up second again. The new pitcher for the National League is going to be Connor Tunick. And looks like Chase DeLauder is standing on a mound trying to intimidate him. What the heck is that? This bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Tunick's got DeLauder in a 2-2 count here, and that's going to be ball in the dirt. That's going to bring a full count now. 3-2 pitch, and he swings and misses at the high pitch for strike 3. So the little intimidation tactic didn't work. Not sure what that was about. And that'll bring in Roman Anthony now. Nobody on, 1 out. 3-2 count. Tunick's pitch, and he swings through and strikes out again. My goodness. I can't explain it. I really can't. In steps Junior Wood. He's 2 for 2. He's got a single and a double. RBI. And he's going to be 3 for 3 as he's going to drop this down the right field line. He's going to be on with his 2nd single of the game. So the American League not giving up. 2 outs. Got a man on first. 2-2 count to Blake Mitchell. Tunick's pitch. And he takes strike 3. High changeup. Should have blasted that. And another scoreless half inning as we go to the 7th inning. American League still leads 2-0. And now on the mound for the American League, reliever Antoine Williams. Saw him in one of the drafts. He's a closer. 3-pitch pitcher. Cutter, slider, and splitter. And the first man he's going to face is DH James Triantos. And it looks like they're going to pinch hit for him. And that's going to be Jimmy Crooks, the catcher from the Cardinals. Crooks leading off here. 3-2 pitch from Williams. And he swings and misses on the splitter. Nasty pitch. And there's 1 down. Watch the replay of this pitch. Bottom just dropped out. He was way out in front of it. And Kellen Lindsey's going to pinch hit for second baseman Termar Johnson. So National League gets their bench involved in this game. Nobody on, 1 out. And splitter misses, and he's going to draw a walk. He's going to bring the tying run up to the plate. Cam Smith. And he's going to be replaced by Mitch Erdman. We saw him in last year's game. Erdman up, 1 on, 1 out. Full count. Pitch from Williams. On the way. And it's a fly ball into center field. Anthony runs in. Nice running catch. And there are 2 down. That brings up catcher Jefferson Caro. 1 for 1 with a walk. 1-2 pitch. And he swings and misses the cutter and strikes out. So Williams gives up a walk, pitches around it. Head to the bottom of the inning. It's still 2-0 American League. And you see the defensive replacements here. Kellen Lindsey going in second base. Mitch Erdman's going to take over at third for Cam Smith. On the mound is Alexis Zarate. See, 4-pitch mix. First batter he's going to face is second baseman Tim Gerber. Struck out twice today so far. 1-2 pitch, and he swings and misses a high fastball, so he's 3 at-bats, 3 strikeouts. Not a good performance in the Futures game for him. Next up is shortstop Franklin Arias. And he's going to take strike 3 as well. Letter high. 2 pitches, 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. And the American League is going to pinch hit for Dudley Reed. It's going to be Alfredo Villa, White Sox prospect. Nobody on, 2 out, 1-2 pitch. And that's a shot down the right field line. Is that going to stay fair? Yes, it is. Off the foul pole. And the American League jumps out to a 3-0 lead. Alfredo Villa, 371 off the pole. Hey, at least one of our hitters is doing something. If it's not Anthony, then Villa's going to pick up the slack. American League is now up 3-0 here late. Let's take a look at this replay. Gets that inside pitch, drives it down the line, just keeps it fair as it hits the pole. And there we go. And now we're going to have another pinch hitter. Phil Ortiz is going to pinch hit for DH Mike Harding. Zarate's 2-2 pitch. And it's going to be a pop fly down the left field line. Shortstop's racing over, and Cava's got it for the third out. But Alfredo Villa is the man. Gives the American League a 3-0 lead as we go to the 8th. Senior Villa is going to take over and play left field now. And a new pitcher for the American League, lefty Josh Jimenez. 3.48 ERA in 30 games. His first batter he's going to face Josu DePaula, and he strikes out looking for the first out. Now we'll bring in Starlin Cava, shortstop. And he's going to hit a fly ball into left field. Villa's going to drift over near the warning track, and he's got it for the second out. Now we'll bring in right fielder Robert Miller. And National League's going to pinch hit for him as well. So Tyler Whitaker's now going to make an appearance. Hit for Miller. Nobody on, 2 out. Jimenez, 1-1 pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball through the hole into left field. So National League not done yet. Got a man on now with 2 out. That'll bring in first baseman Alan Gage. National League trying to rally here late. 1 on, 2 out. 1-1 pitch from Jimenez. And Gage hits one down the right field line. That's going to drop and get down near the corner. Ball comes back in. Runner's going to go all the way to third base. National League now. Men at the corners and 2 out. Big 2-out rally going on. That's going to bring the tying run to the plate. James Tibbs is going to be replaced. Mets prospect Carson Benj is going to come in. 297 on the year. Good hitter. 2 on, 2 out. 2-1 pitch. And that's a shot to right field, and that one's gone, folks. We have a tie ball game. No doubt shot. Walks off the bench, ties the game with a 442-foot blast. While their offense struggled the whole game, they've come alive here in this inning, and it's a whole new ball game. Take a look at this. Back on his back leg and drives that, and he knew immediately that ball was gone. Deep into the right field stands. And that's going to bring in a new pitcher. Jose Marquez is going to come in and try and get this 8th inning over with. 2.86 ERA in 26 games. Been pitching great this year. And that's going to bring in the DH, Jimmy Crooks. 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be a bloop down the right field line. And it's going to drop for a base hit. So the National League keeps the rally going. Get a man on now with 2 outs. It's going to bring up second baseman Kellen Lindsay. 1-2 pitch. Runner goes, throw, and he's out. What a tag. I thought he got in there, but umpire said he was out. Carson Benj changes the whole complexion of this game with 1 swing as we were tied going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's defensive replacements. Tyler Whitaker goes to play right field. Carson Benj into left. And on the mound, lefty Sergio Silva. 0.88 ERA in 29 appearances. Stellar season. And first man he's going to face is Mike Ferreira, third baseman. Check that. It's going to be Solomon Ojeda. He's going to pinch hit for Ferreira, which is probably a good thing because Ferreira was 0 for 3 with at least 2 strikeouts, maybe even 3. Silva's 1-1 pitch to Ojeda. And it's going to be a tapper to first. Easily handled for the first out. And that'll bring in Chase DeLauder, the right fielder. And they're going to pinch hit for him with Theo Gillen, Tampa Bay prospect. 1-1 pitch to Gillen. And it's going to be a little flare in the center field, and that's going to drop. In the American League, going to have a man on with 1 out. Roman Anthony due up. See if he does anything. Well, he's going to not do anything because he's going to go to the bench, and they're going to pinch hit with Ray Salcedo. Probably a good thing. 1 on, 1 out, 1-1 pitch. Runner goes. Pitch low in the dirt, throw down, and he's in with a stolen base. So Gillen gets in the scoring position, trying to get the go-ahead run here in the 8th. Now we got a man on second, 1 out, 2-2 count. Salcedo. And he's going to hit a little floater, and Cava's going to just drift back and catch that for the second out. That'll bring in Junior Wood. 3 for 3, 2 singles, a double, RBI. And add a walk to that as that pitch just missed on the corner. So now American League 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Catcher Blake Mitchell up 0 for 3. Looking to find some grass somewhere. 1-1 pitch. Grounder to third. Grabbing a throw to second, and they're out of the jam. So American League tried to rally and take the lead late. National League pitched around it as we head to the top of the 9th. See our defensive replacement. Solomon Ojeda goes into play third. Theo Gillen goes to play right field. And Salcedo goes to play center. Jose Marquez is still on the mound for the American League. First batter is Kellen Lindsay. He was up when the guy got caught stealing last inning. He strikes out to start this inning. That'll bring in Mitch Erdman. 1 out. There's a shot in the left field, and that's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. It's going to be extra bases. Salcedo grabs it, throws the ball back in. Erdman's going to be on with a double. National League rallying late. They were shut out until last half inning. Their last half inning. Now we got a man on second, 1 out, and a line drive up the middle, and it's going to be a base hit. Salcedo's throw is going to be late, and the National League takes a 4-3 lead. They were down 3-0, and now they're up 4-3 with 1 out here in the 9th. Center fielder DePaula steps in. 1-2 pitch to him. It's going to be a grounder to second. Flip. There's 1 out, and there's no throw. The ball's hit too slow to turn 2. So now there's 1 on, 2 out. Shortstop Starlin Cava up. 2-2 pitch from Marquez. There's a tapper to short. They'll flip that to second as well and get out of the inning, but National League rallies. Jefferson Caro drives in to go-ahead run as the National League trying to rally late and steal this game, lead 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the 9th. And a new pitcher for the National League is Kenny Rose. Remember when he was drafted, you can see 2.39 ERA. He's got 20 saves in 26 games. Arizona player. First batter he's going to face is Tim Gerber, who's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Make it 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. My goodness. Have a bad game, Tim Gerber. That was a terrible pitch, too. That'll bring in shortstop Franklin Arias. He's 1 for 3. 2-2 pitch. Tapper to third. Erdman's got it. Throw across his body, across the diamond, and he's out. So now the National League 1 out away from a comeback victory here in a Futures game. And Alfredo Villa comes in. Last chance for the American League. Homered in his previous at-bat. He's going to draw a walk here with 2 outs. So now they have the tying run on. 2 outs. Phil Ortiz, 3-2 pitch. And that's a ball inside as well. So they walked 2 batters in a row after getting the first 2 out. That's going to bring in Solomon Ojeda. Base hit could win this game. Extra base hit. Single could tie it. And it's going to be ball 4 in the dirt. So Rose gets the first 2 guys out. Walks the next 3 batters. And now Theo Gillen, who singled his first time up, has a chance to not only tie a game, but win the game with a base hit. National League 1 strike away here. 1-2 count. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bottom of 9. There's a ground ball inside the bag and down the line. This game is tied, and a runner comes around third, and he's going to score. And the American League comes from behind and wins the game 5-4 with a 2-out rally. Nobody on in the bottom of the 9th. Way to go, American League. Blew their lead, came back, rallied late, and got the win as Jose Marquez gets the win. Kenny Rose takes the loss. Not much scoring early, a lot of scoring late. Let's check out this box score. Carson Bench, 1 for 1 with a 3-run shot. 2 hits for Caro and an RBI. Caglione pitched decently. bullpen did a really good job until Rose, after he got the first 2 outs, couldn't get anybody out in the 9th. Go to the American League. 2 hits for Harding, including a home run. 2 hits for Gillen, including the RBI that won the game. 3 hits for Junior Wood. Our guy, Villa, with a home run. You can see all the pitchers did great until Jimenez came in, gave up 3. Marquez did give up a run, but gets the win in relief. The American League wins 5-4. There doesn't seem to be a generational talent, and there's not a real clear number 1 pick in this draft. We'll go through this list right here. I've already got everything loaded in the order that I prefer them for each round. Dominic Lantigua, shortstop. Hit skills are okay, nothing spectacular. Much better defense and speed and stealing. 5'9", another short infielder, can play second, short, or third. Potential between 85-95, overall between 63 and 73. Joseph Dale's best pitcher on the board right now. Great stamina, doesn't have a lot of strikeouts or control, and his potential is only 81-91. Not sure I really want to take someone that's probably just going to be a B overall, maybe in the high 60s as the first overall pick. Does have a good pitch mix, really good velocity, not a lot of control though. Dexter Watley. He's older, he's 23, but he's guaranteed A potential, somewhere in the high 60s, and maybe low 70s if he comes in on the high end of that. He's already got great contact, pretty good power, great vision. Only thing wrong with him is his arm isn't very strong, so we could just stick him in left field. Has really good speed. Shortstop, we got some guys that are older that have really tight splits here with Henry Espinoza, 79-89 potential, 77-87 overall. Really good fielding, speed, stealing, pretty good bat, but with those tight splits, he could actually end up on the lower end and not the higher end. That's the threat with these guys. Same thing with Johnny Lima, 79-89 potential, 71-81 overall. William Yeager, he's a leadoff type guy, doesn't have a ton of pop, really good hitter though, good defense and speed. Another 5'8" guy, is a switch hitter, but his potential, there's no way he's going to be an A, and that overall huge split between 59 and 71. So he could be some guy with a high potential but a low overall. Johannes Blumenthal could possibly be an A in the 70s, or he could be a 76 in the low, high 50s. Great bat. The only thing that's a strength of his is going to be his power against both sides of the plate. Everything else is kind of marginal. And Vincent Kim, B potential guaranteed, could be an A. His problem is his hits per 9. Don't like the hits per 9. His stamina is not the greatest either. And he does have one pitch over 88 miles per hour, so he doesn't throw really hard. Those are the guys I'm looking for in the first round. And right now, if these guys' splits weren't so close, and his potential could be an A, I would look at him. But right now I'm down to between these 3 guys with the first overall pick. And I think Dale's actually 3rd on that list right now between these 2. So do I take the middle infielder again, which we have a lot of in the last couple of drafts, or do I take a chance on this little bit older outfielder as a guaranteed A? Get down into the other rounds. Got Raul Hernandez, long-term prospect at pitcher, has a chance to be at least anywhere from a B to an A, high 50s all the way up into the 70s. Gray Peters is my top closer on the list, guaranteed B, somewhere in the high 60s up to possible 80 with great strikeouts. Alfredo Villa, long-term prospect, doesn't have great hits or strikeouts per 9. He's only 18 years old. Damon Burke, 18-year-old third baseman, doesn't have the highest potential, can play third or left. Really good fielding, reaction, arm, decent bat as well, good discipline and vision. I like him the most so far out of those guys outside of Gray Peters. Michael Watanabe, another guy, great strikeouts, but low walks and hits per 9, low control, throws left-handed again. Not sure I want any more of those. Finnegan, work in progress, 18 years old, decent walks and home runs. Everything else is per 9s or low. He has really good velocity though. 2 pitches at 99 max. Harvey Thompson, didn't have enough time to get him scouted. He's only at 55%, so I really don't know what his hitting is. Looks like he's got good fielding, speed, stealing. Just don't know what his bat's going to look like. Burgos doesn't have much upside. Has a lot of position flexibility there. He has really good power. Another long-term pitching prospect here. Everything in his per 9s are low. Same thing here with Pete Kearns. Dan Johnson, catcher, really good hit skills, doesn't have a ton of power. Great fielding though. 23 years old, that's his only downside, but we're still looking for a catcher of the future, and I'll take a contact catcher that can play defense any day. Rico Rivas, this guy's listed as a starting pitcher, but he's really a relief pitcher. He doesn't have good home runs or strikeouts per 9. Joel Estrella, he's just kind of average across the board at third base. So anyway, we can go down the list. These are all just late round picks down here. And once I get all the way down to Austin Stacy, Todd Burke, Barry Everett, these guys down here, I just threw them on the board because of them being in their 20s. They could have high potential, but they'll probably have the low overall, which is like a bunch of the guys that we've already drafted in the past that are just messing around in our minors right now. They're not, look at this guy, 80 to 99, but his overall could be in the high 40s. You never know. It's a crapshoot. So these are just guys that we could possibly take late in the draft. If we run out of guys on our draft board, these closers could actually go early because they always go early. But that's my list. And the big debate right now is, do I go in with a guaranteed B starting pitcher with really good stamina, low strikeouts, a little bit older outfielder that already has really good hit skills? He's just going to be, limited as far as he's already 23 because he had 2 years less of development and not a strong arm. Or another infielder, we don't know how good he's going to be hitting wise, but he's going to be great defense, great speed, and multiple position flexibility. So we'll hop into this draft. I'll make that decision then, and we'll move on. It's very unfortunate that there's not a generational player in this draft. We really could use one. So let's hop in and get this draft started. All right, as I've been saying, is it between Lantigua, get to say the end. Is it between Lantigua or Dexter Watley? And right now, the way this team is constructed, we have plenty of infielders. So with the first pick of this draft, I'm going to take a slightly older guy that's a guaranteed A. So welcome to the Chicago White Sox, Dexter Watley. And with the second pick, the Angels go ahead and take the pitcher, the guaranteed B. So good for them. And with the third pick, the Rockies take shortstop Henry Espinoza. So going with the guy that doesn't have a huge upside, but a little bit more developed. Be ready for the majors pretty soon. And now the Giants are on the clock, so we'll see how this draft goes. Interesting that Lantigua didn't go before Espinoza or Dale, even though he's listed 1 MLB and 3 for us, or the other way around. What was it? I had him written down. 3 MLB, 1 for us. And William Yeager, the leadoff prototype guy, goes to the Blue Jays at 5. If he had been an A potential, I would have strongly considered taking him. We really could use a guaranteed leadoff guy at the major league level. The A's reach for some guy that's really not that good. Okay, Vincent Kim. He was the guy that I thought was more of a relief pitcher. He goes to the Cardinals. Washington takes Bernardo Burgos. Okay, had him as, well, he's got draft rank 21, but I had him more of a second round pick. So they're going to take a power bat at third base with limited upside. There goes the other shortstop that had tight splits. Johnny Lima goes to Tampa Bay. They're looking for somebody that can play right away. Seattle takes the first baseman that has the big power skill and not much else, Yoenis Blumenthal. Interesting. I mean, we had him 14th, so he went just slightly above what we thought. It's a center fielder with no power. Hope the Mets scouts got him really good. Gray Peters, the closer, goes at number 12 to the Pirates. Wow. A lot higher than I expected. I expected him to be around with our second pick, our first of our 2 second-round picks, and he goes really early. Michael Watanabe, He's a left-handed pitcher that had good strikeouts. Didn't want another lefty. Maurice Baker, didn't scout him because I thought he was going to be overrated. Royals take Harvey Thompson, so they take the center fielder that didn't have time to get scouted. I should have looked at him earlier. Be interesting to see what his ratings are. All right, Raul Hernandez. Hoping he could slip to the second, but he didn't, so that's okay. We had him second on the board, but I wasn't going to take him first overall. Claudio Sanchez, somebody we added to the end of our list for later in the draft. MLB 116, we have him 122. He goes 26th to Baltimore. What the hell is that? Robert Baez, we had him as overrated. Really good stamina, but not much else. And then a pitcher that we thought maybe we could get with either of our second round picks goes in the first round. So they must have discovered him as well. Good job on the Phillies. The Yankees take Hideki Nomo. Not Hideki Matsui or Hideo Nomo, but Hideki Nomo. Sammy Vargas, reliever we didn't scout. Not interested. At least not in the first round. Another reliever goes. Should see a lot of relievers and closers go in this range. We are up with the first pick after this round. Another closer. These guys right here are all guys we had pegged for the second round, so we'll have our choice, see who goes. Another reliever. Let's look at these real quick. Geraldo Villa's got great stamina, low hits and strikeouts per nine, great velocity, throws 5 pitches, all of them in the 90-mile-an-hour range, including his changeup. Damon Burke, really good fielder, pretty good bat already at 18. Might be a tight split, so he might not have the highest potential. So he might be close to his, kind of like Art Rocha was. Maybe it's not slightly as bad. There goes Chad Gilboni. He's another closer we threw to the end of the list. So they're all going now. And another closer goes. All right. So Villa and Burke at the top of the list. Finnegan, 4-pitch mix, throws really good. Hits per nine's low, though. Don't like that. Palmeiro, another guy with all of his per nine's low. Nice pitch mix, though. Kearns, low hits and walks per nine's not good. So at this point, none of these pitchers are really doing much for me. Johnson's a later pick. Burke, when we scouted him, he was 49 to 40. Johnson's 59 to 66, so I'm not going to take him, even look to take him right now when we can go ahead and take Damon Burke right here. Love to take a pitcher here, but I don't like what we see, so I'm going to go ahead and take the third baseman, get us another bat. Lord knows we need him at the major league level, so hopefully Damon Burke will progress quickly and get up there. He's 18 years old, so we got time to work on him. All right, so Dan Johnson is the hitting catcher. Rivas looks like a relief pitcher. There's another guy with low walks. Low hits per nine, no strikeouts, low control, left-handed pitcher. Man, these guys just don't have really good pitching. Really would like to take him, but I don't want to take that low hits per nine. He's just low across the board. He's 18, so he could develop. Yeah, if Johnson gets there, I might have to take him. Finnegan just went. We had him on the list, but low hits per nine. Pete Kearns. So some of our guys we scouted are gone. There's a guy we scouted but was injured, so we didn't even bother putting him on the list. So a couple of our guys are gone here, so we're going to be down to 2 or 3. Tim Palmeiro goes, so he's not an option anymore. Looks like we're looking at these 3 guys. Joel Estrella. No, I'd rather have the catcher. At least I got some guaranteed contact. And Villa went to the Indians at 55. Fred Dodson, someone further down the list, went at 62. And here we are at 66. And it's either Dan Johnson or Rico Rivas. And he was the guy that's a reliever. So we're going to go ahead and take the catcher, our 3rd hitter in a row. Wasn't expecting that. But we'll get another catcher. Got to find a starting catcher somewhere. Joel Estrella, the other third baseman he considered, he just went 3 picks later to Cincinnati. Todd Burke had him at the bottom of the list. He goes at pick 75. And it's back to us. So I take this reliever who Could be a potential. He's going to be in the 50s, though. Take this starting pitcher that has actually better per nines. His only bad thing is his home runs per nine. Same with him. His hits are pretty good, but he's a lefty. I'm tired of lefties. 78. 69 to 88. 62. I'm going to go Woodrow Phelps. And that'll be our first pitcher of the draft. Enrico Rivas, the guy we think is a relief pitcher, not a starter, goes at 81. And it's back to us at the top of the 4th round. Scouted guys. Valentin, Conine, Ortiz, Rios. And we take Alejandro Valentin. So we get our second pitcher. All right, on to the 5th round. We have Conine, another lefty, a little bit older. Enrique Ortiz, another lefty. Dale Rios. Gustavo Pena. I threw him on the board just to take late in the draft. Really good speed and stealing. I don't know what his bat's going to be like. I would say it's between Rios and Pena, and I got to make a pick here real quick. And we're going to take Dale Rios. So after taking 3 hitters in a row, now we take 3 pitchers, and he's a guaranteed B in the 60s. And here we are in the 6th round. And Pena, yeah, he went last round, so he won't be around. So now we're going to be down to one of these 2 pitchers. So it's between these 2 guys, both left-handed pitchers. I'm just going to take Conine. His per nines are in a better spot, so we'll just take Alan Conine as our last pick. And there we go. We started with 3 hitters and finished off with 4 pitchers. Okay, we have no one in the home run derby yet. We don't have enough power in this team, so we're just going to skip that. All-star voting. Nobody from our team. Stephen Kolek made the All-Star game out of the bullpen. Nice year. 0.93 ERA, 0.99 whip. Andrew Bellotti also made the All-Star game as our closer. How many saves has he got? He's got 21. And that's it. We had some pitchers in the All-Star game. Gotta like that, considering how weak that position is for us in certain spots. And we have a big blowout at Yankee Stadium. Put the Yankees under 500. Wow. 2 hits for Brito, 2 for De La Rosa, 2 for Montgomery, including 4 RBI. Garcia, 2 hits, 4 RBI, 2 hits for Kasevich. Home runs by Montgomery, Garcia, and Colby Thomas. Shane Drohan pitches really good game, and Jabot actually has a good relief appearance, 3 innings to get the save. Way to go, Sox. All right, now it's time to get these guys signed on the roster. Dexter Watley, first round pick. Wants 7.2, give him 7.45 and see if he goes with it. And he does. So we got our first round pick signed. Guaranteed A. Damon Burke, our number 2 pick. A little over $2 million, gets him signed. Woodrow Phelps. That was our 4th pick. He signs. Dan Johnson. This was our 3rd pick. And he signs. Alejandro Valentin signs. Alan Conine, our last pick, signs. All right. It's down to Dale Rios. And he signs. So there it is. We signed all of our draft picks on day 1. And check this out. We lost the game 11-6, but Colson Montgomery goes 4 for 4 with 2 runs scored, 4 RBIs. He had a single, a double, and 2 home runs. That's what we're looking for. Unfortunately, Blaine Enlow's 8 runs in 4 innings is not what we're looking for. And I want to show you this trade right here. Boston traded Nick Kurtz to the Padres for Ethan Salas. They just acquired Kurtz from Oakland last offseason for Luis Robert. And then they turn around and trade him to the Padres. And that's important because He was number 1 on the Rookie of the Year list, and now Colson Montgomery hops up to number 1 as Kurtz goes to number 1 on the National League list. So if Colson Montgomery wins the Rookie of the Year, we're going to get an extra first-round pick because of the PPI stuff. Rocha's not on the PPI list. Montgomery is. So if Monty wins, we get an extra first-round pick next year. And while we're talking about next year, see where we are draft pick-wise. You can see the Blue Jays are, 2.5 games worse than we are in the American League. In the National League, Rockies, 36 and 66. So, yeah, there we go. We have the 3rd worst record, but we're not the worst in the American League. And we already have 14 wins at home. It took us forever to get 14 at home last year. And we watched Kevin McCann pitch in last episode. And he moves to 10 and 5 on the season and gets his ERA below 4. 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 5 Ks, 9 innings. Great job, Kevin McCann. I'm not sure if he'll be Major League ready next year, but hopefully the year after that for sure. And the A's have traded Shane Langoliers to the Guardians for Chase DeLauder and Jim Gallo. DeLauder played in the Prospects game, so that's quite an interesting deal there. And Hagen Smith moves his record to 4-10 with a really good start. Remember, he had his 2nd start in the majors against Tarek Skubal in Detroit, so he comes back, gets the dub on them the 2nd time around. Colson Montgomery, 3 for 5 with 2 runs, 3 RBIs and a home run. Art Rocha, 4 for 5 with a home run and 3 RBI. Koperniak has 3 hits, so our hitting is improving. Rocha has been sitting right around 215, 220 all year, starting to move up a touch. Montgomery's closing in on 280, trying to lock down that Rookie of the Year award. And yeah, good game all the way around, guys. 18 hits, too. Wow. And Kevin McCann follows up his last start. We gave up 1 run in 9 innings by throwing a 2-hit shutout over Charlotte and moves to 11 and 5. Wow, he is on a roll. I can't wait for him to get high enough that we can get him up to the majors along with Medrano to join Hagen Smith and Davey Garcia. And here we are. Time to look at our draft picks. And Dexter Watley, 93 potential, 69 overall. Does have really good hit skills. His power's a little low against righties, but he'll crush lefties. Great vision, great clutch. We knew his arm was going to be a problem. His durability is okay. It's a little low, but not terrible. Gotta love that for the first pick in the draft, considering what was available. Damon Burke, 2nd round pick, comes in at 82 overall with 74. We knew he had a bat. He's going to have to improve his contact. He's got good defense, so he can stay at third base, probably not have to move to the outfield. Dan Johnson, the catcher, 85 potential, 65 overall. Again, really good contact vision and clutch. Got to work on the power. Arm's a little low, so we'll have to work on that. But other than that, his fielding's really good, and he might steal some bags too. Can play some first base. Might give him outfield eligibility as well. We'll see. Woodrow Phelps, 79 overall, 71 overall, 79 potential. Got to work in that home runs and pitching clutch. If he can limit base runners, he'll be fine, but they get on base, he might give up some runs. He's from Germany, too. Didn't notice that. Alejandro Valentin, 79 potential, 57 overall. Nothing special. C potential, just be basically minor league fodder. Dale Rios, 84 potential, 61 overall. B potential, 23. Got to fast track him, get him up to the majors before he gets to be too late into his 20s, but looks like he'll be a decent minor league pitcher, at least 6'5", 232, big boy. And Alan Conine, our last pick, 76 potential, 71 overall. Another lefty, another basically a minor league fodder guy. So Rios, like him, and the top 3 hitters. The other 3 pitchers, Conine, Valentin, and Phelps, are just going to be minor league development guys. Let's look at the other players in the draft. Raul Hernandez, 89 potential, 64 overall. I was kind of hoping he would slide to our 2nd pick. Got closer, 86-73. Alfredo Villa just didn't get to us. Those low hits per 9, I would have taken him earlier, but that low hits per 9, and especially when you see it combined with the 44 pitch clutch and the low control. Got another closer, good hits per 9. Wasn't looking at him. He was further down. There's Pena. That's the guy we thought about taking later in the draft. So great speed. Got a little bit of a bat, but he's 21 years old. He's a 56. Harvey Thompson. All right, that's that outfielder. We didn't get completely scouted. Kansas City took, so great speed and stealing. Really good defense. Good power. Got to work on his vision, discipline, and clutch. His durability is a little bit low. Don't think I would have taken him first overall, even if we knew that, because his potential wasn't going to be in the 90s, right? He's a closer, not too bad. Got to work on his pitching clutch. Twins did not have a good draft. Angel Chavez did really good. Houston, not bad. And they didn't sign three players, not pitchers. Let me get this long prospect at the end. Joseph Dale. All right. We thought about taking him with the first pick, and he's 85 potential with 69 overall, low strikeouts per nine, and low control. We knew that, but we didn't know his pitching clutch is going to be 35. So I'm really glad we didn't take him, because he would have been a liability with 35 pitching clutch. I wish they would include that on their card on here. It doesn't show. It shows once they're on here, but when you're scouting them, you can't see their pitching clutch, which is inexcusable. Finnegan, not bad at all. Low hits per nine, though. That's why we didn't look at him really hard. Romeo Darth, what a name. Didn't look at this guy. Rico Rivas, we did look at him, but his stamina was low. That's why we didn't take him. Still has 93 potential. Blumenthal, first baseman. Really good power. Look at that, 71-66. Doesn't have much of a glove or speed. One-dimensional power guy. These guys are long-term. Nothing there. Wow, the Braves had a really bad draft. So did Texas. Perez, Santana. Didn't look at this. He's a long-term guy. Here's another one. A potential, but he's in the 50s. I wish they wouldn't do this in these draft classes. Marcellus Lowe. Not bad at all. Leadoff potential guy there. Can't field much, though. Barrera we had on our list, but he went earlier than I expected. Burgos, 78 potential, 70 overall. Really good power, though. Average defense. Good position flexibility, but he went way before I was expecting. I was hoping he'd go a bit later. Same thing with Palmeiro. Man, a lot of teams with really bad drafts. Just horrendous. There's not much blue in this draft at all. Looked at Estrella, but he wasn't anything great. Ornelas. Put him at the bottom of the list, but he never got to us, so maybe I should have scouted him earlier. Who knows? Didn't have enough time. I was trying to discover players more. We had a lot of guys at the top of the draft that we really wanted scouted for that first overall pick. Watanabe, really good Ks and home runs and velocity and all that stuff. Pitching clutch, but his hits per nine and walks per nine are both low. And that's not really good for the sim at all. You will get hammered in the sim. Ray Peters, the closers, 85 potential, 73 overall. Great strikeouts per nine. Controls low. I said he wasn't going to be a closer for us. He'd be in the bullpen. Never got to us. Kim was in contention for that first overall pick, but hits per nine was low, so that kind of removed him early on. Valenzuela was not as good as I thought. Here's a shortstop, one of those top guys. So he's 82 potential, 80 overall. Went third overall, I believe. So he's about what he is going to be going forward. So yeah, they got a great player for right now, but he's gonna have to do really well and have his potential go up into the A's. So kind of glad we didn't go that route. Would have been, and even with that, he's still not a major league bat yet. He's gonna have to spend some time in the minors to get it up, all that up over the 60s. Another bad draft. Man, look at these drafts. These are just ungodly ugly. All right, Domingo Lantigua, 93 potential, 71 overall. Considered him for the first overall pick. Great speed, good stealing and base running, great arm. Durability's off the chart, but his hitting skills are kind of up and down, kind of Would have taken him probably till his mid-20s to be usable at the major league level. Anything else out here? Ooh, Hideki Nomo. Yankees take a 60 potential, 50 overall catcher in the first round. There's just nothing hitting-wise, nothing at all in these drafts. Johnny Lima. Wow, Tampa Bay took this guy. He's one of the guys that had the high potential, close splits between his potential, and overall they were both going to be either high 70s or in the 80s, and they didn't sign him, so he's going to be back in the draft next year. Wow. How unfortunate for them. They drafted pretty high up, at least in the top 20, top 15, and they don't sign their first round pick. At least they have a decent closer to make up for some of that. Amazing. Yeager, all right, that's the guy that we thought would be a leadoff guy. 82 potential, so he didn't come in on the higher end. Really good bat skills, really good bunter. Durability of 45, so you got to worry about hitting, getting hurt all the time. Good defense, good speed. Really good hitter. Glad we didn't go with him. That durability, man, he'd be on the DL all the time. That's unfortunate. And Dexter Watley, so 93.69. 93.71, so he's 2 points higher and 2 years younger, but we have much better hitting skills right out of the box. He can work on his defense, and you know, from me saying it constantly, we need bats at the major league level, so this guy shouldn't take too long. Maybe one season at AAA and he's good to go. Part of a season, I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but yeah, that's our draft. Almost had everybody in the 80s, but 3 good hitters right here at the top. 3 minor league fodder arms, and then Dale Rios could be a long-term prospect, but he's already 23. He's going to have to progress really quick. We'll definitely throw him into AA next year and see how he does. So anyway, that is our draft, and I'm going to not show you what happened at the trade deadline until next episode. I have a surprise for you guys. I do have a trade, and I want to save that for the beginning of the next episode, so make sure you tune in for that. So if you like what you've seen so far, please like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the notification bell, and I will catch you next time on the Chicago White Sox Draft Only Franchise.